Welcome back, America. I'm Hugh Hewitt. Brand new audience in North Carolina on the Outer Banks, 92.3 FM, WZPR. They're in Nag's Head. I want you to know that your next guest, Salena Zito, is a weekly regular and has been for, a decade. And Salena is a New York Times bestselling author for the third week in a row with her bestseller, Butler. You got to go out and get Butler because the rest of the country's already read it, and it's going to be a major motion picture of which it's already begun pre-production with the scene already shot. But I am curious. I was listening in to you and Dwayne talking about who's going to play Salena. I do not like Marisa Tome because she's got TDS. So we got to find somebody else, Salena.
I know. We just have to find a mature Italian with this hair.
Wait, you're not. Your Ohio roots weren't Italian. They were Irish, weren't they?
Scots.
Scott. So we could find a mature Scot. We can go get, but they all have TDS. They've all got TDS, don't they?
They do. And the book is really about journalism, right? And preserving boots on the ground journalism and how important it is. And but because it also has an assassination attempt in it, it's not going to.
It's Hillbilly Elegy meets all the President's Men. It's really that good. And all the President's Men here happen to be competent, like Susie Wiles and Chris LaCivita. And it's a blow-by-blow, not just of the day of the assassination, but the 2024 campaign, and people should read it. Salena, I would like to get your take on the fact I have not yet seen you on a Sunday show. You've got the number one book 2 weeks ago. You have been on the list for 3 weeks. Not one Sunday show has put you on. What's going on? Do they not want to hear the truth?
Not CBS, not NBC, not ABC. New York Times did not review it, nor did the paper that I work for, the Washington Post, review it. And it's a testament to new media, to be honest, because on the exact same day that my book, right, which is about middle America, and I live in the middle of somewhere, America, right, and it makes the number one best-selling book, beating out every book on that list, added up. And it got there because of shows like yours. Right?
You were on with the fellas on the Ruthless podcast, too. We got to point that out. We got to give the fellas their due.
But this is all new media, right? This is all new media. It's center-right media. And it shows you how the power has shifted. This is very much the book of 2024. Why Josh Shapiro wasn't picked for vice president is in there. It's not why you think. Right.
By the way, Kamala Harris today decided she's not going to run for governor. I think I'm out on a limb here. I think what your portrait in Butler about her is a good reason why she's not running for president. Do you think she read it? I think she did, and she decided, I can't fix this.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But, man, I really struggled covering that race because there's an entire chapter called There's No There There. And it had to do not only with someone who would be a full-blown candidate that is able to communicate with people, but also a full-blown campaign. People on the left have forgotten what it means to earn the middle of the country's votes, to earn middle America's votes. And so that no there is multiple of reasons. And it's part of why Josh Shapiro is like, pass. Because he's very successful in my state in terms of...
I really do think that if she read Butler or her team read Butler, they took it to her and said, you can't run for governor. You're going to get crushed for the reasons that are detailed in Butler. I got to ask you a quick question, Salena. Haviv Reddick Gur is coming up in hour 3. I'm going to spend the entire hour with him talking about the Pod Bros melting down. They become anti-Israel, maybe even anti-Semitic. And they represent the left wing. The Democratic Party's down to 8%, very favorable rating. They're in a death spiral. How do they pull out of this?
Well, we've been asking that question since November. It's been almost a year. We've actually been asking that question at about this time last year because it was clear after that RNC convention and the enthusiasm and the young people and how culture had shifted to the center right. right? The power of culture was in the center right, and they don't know how to navigate it because they are so beholden to the loudest voices in their party, which is the far left. There are plenty of Democrats that have become part of the Republican Party that would be okay with moving back with the Democrats if they behave normally. But instead of reaching back to what worked for them, especially as New Deal Democrats, instead of reaching back and taking some of that, they are completely running away from it and going to a corner that is very unappealing to most of the country, not half of the country, most of the country.
Most of the country. I've been talking about Sydney Sweeney with a bunch of guests today. Do you have a take on that yet? Because I don't know who Sydney Sweeney is, even though I saw a movie that she was in, apparently.
Okay, so that ad, that was like me and all my girlfriends in 1977. Jean shirts, jean pants, blue jeans on, right? Preferably if your parents had, you had Jordache on. But that was us. That's how we dressed. That was considered normal middle America. And every color of skin wore it in when I at Perry High School in 1977. That's who we were, and we loved it.
So there's still a left wing that gets a hold of a thing like this ad, which is just like the Jordache jeans ads, or it's just like the Abercrombie and Fitch ads of those days, and they call American Eagle Nazi, and they call her a Nazi because she uses the word, it's in the genes, a play on the word Jeans, Genes. It's crazy, and they don't appear to be wanting to lose their crazy anytime soon, Salena. But I'm going to ask my texters, who should play you in the movie? I'm going to put it out on my subtext list, and we'll find out, because Marisa Tome is unacceptable no matter how good My Cousin Vinny was, right? No matter how good that movie was, we can't have a TDSer playing Salena Zito, because you haven't got TDS.
No, I don't. I'm just, boring and normal.
Boring, normal, and a good reporter. It might be, you might have sold it because of new media, but it's good because you're an old-fashioned journalist. Salena Zito, follow her on X at Zito. Salena, go over to Amazon, get the New York Times bestseller Butler right now, and join the rest of the country in reading what is the hottest book of the summer, nonfiction. I'll be right back, America.